while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop. She don't miss nothing, got the scoop on lock. Spilling all the tea while it's still too hot. Lakeysha Keysha, queen of the plot. Hit that bell, cause the tea don't stop.
Hey, how is everybody doing? Hey, Porsha girl, because I know you're watching, honey. So we're going to get into this information. In all honesty, I was at the hair salon just chopping it up with my stylist, the lady who does my hair, who I absolutely adore. Because if y'all know, I went through hell trying to find a good stylist. And we were just talking, having a great time, when I received an email that had me on the MFing floor. So I said, let me just share this with y'all. But before we get into it, this is what I learned. These so-called reality stars and these, I would say reality stars. Let's just focus on reality stars, specifically the Bravo celebrities such as Porsha. Oops, that's the wrong one. Let me remove that. Porsha 265 days a year. Porsha Williams, honey, she is mad. And let me just tell you this. I wouldn't give a F-U-C-K, okay? I wouldn't care that you're mad, okay? So she is so mad. She should try to do me like she did. What's her name? Girl, bye. But Porsha is so angry. And here's the deal, Porsha. The entire internet, everybody is talking about you. And if you can't take it, Porsha, maybe you should take a mental break. Because you are a Bravo celebrity, and I talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta. And because I talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta, we kind of got to talk about you. And Porsha, if you don't like it, get off the show, okay? You should just get off the show. So Porsha is so mad. And the funny part about it is, this is a uneducated 265-day-a-year hoe talking to an educated person who knows that it's 365 days in a year, not 265, okay? So Porsha, selling your box to everybody that you sell it to, that don't work for me. So what you have managed to do is just piss me off just a little bit, which is bad, because the worst person that you don't want to piss off is a blogger. And I'm going to tell you why. Because we just research stuff all day. So Porsha, do you know what's in my inbox about you that I never even mentioned? You gonna know in the next couple of days. Okay, so Porsha is so upset that she had some attorney to reach out to me and send me what the fuck is this called? A cease and desist false defamatory statements regarding Porsha Williams. Porsha Williams. So let's kind of get into it. We're going to get into it because once we read this bullshit that her attorney sent me, then we're going to go over what people are saying about Porsha Williams. Okay, so let's get into it. Okay, so this is what I received June 18th. Okay, it says cease and desist. Can y'all see that? Hopefully y'all can. So we're going to briefly go into this. Dear Miss Howard, we represent Miss Porsha Williams. This letter serves as a formal cease and desist demand regarding false, defamatory, and harmful statements made by you about Miss Williams. If you are represented by counsel, please forward this letter to your attorney and request that your attorney contact me regarding the matter set forth. So let me stop here. Porsha's attorney, do what you got to do. I emailed you and I told you what I'm going to do. So let's continue. Okay. We have been informed that you are currently publishing false and defamatory content about Miss Porsha Williams on YouTube under the username Lakeysha. It's actually Lakeysha Media LLC. Get it right. These materials include the video title. So let me kind of break it down for y'all. Okay. If you guys watch my video after court, I did a video and I just broke down what happened at court. She's angry and wants me to remove it. Bitch, the video is staying just like I told your attorney. I was in court and I broke down what happened at court. If you don't like it, I don't care, okay? So the video that I did when I left court, y'all remember I was in court from 9:30 a.m. I left at 7:15 p.m. and she wants me to remove the video. It's not going anywhere. In fact, you should probably go listen to it again because you're a little bit off with what you're saying, okay? So it says these materials include the video titled Porsha Williams, Real Housewives of Atlanta, Final Divorce Ruling. So this is when I went to court and I came on and told y'all what happened at court. Posted on YouTube on June 11th, 2025. The video isn't going anywhere. I know exactly what video. It's not going anywhere. Porsha is mad and I don't give a F because word on the street, and Porsha, you do know what word on the street is. Word on the street is like, I know you've been on the street, but word on the street simply means what people are saying, okay? Word on the street, honey. Word on the street. So word on the street, okay? So in this video, you make a number of explicitly false and derogatory claims about Miss Williams. This includes this false statement. Now, you guys follow me on this because I'm going to break it down that even 265-day-a-year Porsha will understand. So y'all hold on. Okay. This says in this video, this is what they said. I said, you made a number of false derogatory claims about Miss Williams. These includes the false assertions that Miss Williams had a relationship with simonguobadia while he was still with 𝐿𝐿𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵𝐵 Well, that's not exactly what I said. You may want to go watch the video, but since you brought that up, give me a moment. We're going to share again, guys. Just give me 1 second. Just give me 1 second, because what this attorney is saying, my hair is just flip-flopping. I'm messing it up. What this attorney is really saying is that I said that Porsha was messing with Simon when he was married to Fallon. Really? So why are you so pressed about you allegedly messing with Simon when he was with y'all? Wait a minute. I got to fix something. Give me a second. I'm coming right back, y'all. All right, y'all. I'm sorry about that. All right. So she is pissed because she's saying that pretty much I'm saying that she was messing with Simon when he was married to Fallon. That's not what I said. But anywho, let's get into it. Because you know who said that Porsha was messing with Simon during their marriage? It was actually Fallon. Fallon said that. Now, this video that I'm sharing, y'all, this is from the Baller Alert show. Now, if I look in the YouTube algorithm, it shows this video is about a year old. It's probably older than that. So let me kind of catch y'all up to speed. I said that she was messing with Simon during the times he was married to Fallon. Why is Porsha so pressed about somebody saying, which I wasn't the one that put that out, Porsha, were you messing with Simon during the time he was married to Fallon? Because people seem to think so. And you know who else does? Fallon. Let's run it.
Wouldn't be a safe scenario.
Oh,
Why?
it's smoke.
For her or?
It's smoke. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, she know what she did. It could play out in the media however everybody wants to try to play it out. I know what she did. Simon knows what she did. Porsha knows what she did. That wouldn't be a safe scenario. So I wouldn't even put myself in a predicament of even allowing that. You know, I'm a grown woman now.
Oh, to talk to her.
Talk to her. Ain't gonna be no.
Wait a minute. Did Fallon just say or insinuate that Porsha was messing with her husband during the time that they were married? Did y'all hear that? Hello, Porsha. What did Fallon say?
You know, talking.
Or?
it's smoke. Like,
I mean, at the end of the day, she know what she did. It could play out in the media however everybody wants to try to play it out. I know what she did. Simon knows what she did. Porsha knows what she did. That wouldn't be a safe scenario. So I wouldn't even put myself in.
Okay, Porsha, I know you are very highly uneducated and I know you use other things to get money. Well, I mean, Simon listed all of the men that you were allegedly with. He said it. So this is Fallon. Fallon said, ma'am, that you were messing with her husband. Fallon wasn't the only one that said that, Porsha, because even if you go through YouTube, we're going to go through YouTube and we're going to type in Porsha's name. Porsha sleep with Fallon husband. Let me show y'all how many hits you get. Okay, let's just bring this up because I know Porsha is slow. So do y'all see all these videos? Let's just scroll down. Look at all these videos. Fallon reveals Porsha Williams slept with Simon 1 year before RHOA. Fallon exposes Porsha slept with Simon. I mean, do y'all see all these videos? Porsha, girl, get a life. Now, with regards to me being the one that said that she slept with Simon during the time that he was married to Fallon, no, sweetheart. Fallon said that, okay? So stop your lies, Porsha. I know you need money to pay your mortgage, okay? Everybody knows that because, sweetheart, I was in the court and I said that I would not talk about what you made on the show, which is really, really itty bitty, okay? So Fallon was the one that said that you slept with her husband. It was Fallon that said that. And now, since I know you have a problem with it, I'm going to research that. And I may even bring Fallon on the show. Okay. So you are mad at me because Fallon said that you slept with her husband? Fallon said that. Did you not see the video? Fallon said that you slept with her husband. Now, let's get into the other part. Let's show the letter again. The letter that your attorney sent me. Sweetheart, he just want to get money from you that you don't have because you need to save to try to pay that mortgage. Okay, so let's get back into it. Okay, so we talked about that, right? So she said that I said that, you know, she slept with Simon. Baby, Fallon said that. Get over it. Now, let's get back into it. She says, this letter says Miss Williams could not or did not pay the mortgage on the marital residence while simonguobadia was in ICE custody. Okay, so let's get into that. So unfortunately, Porsha, you said that you paid the mortgage, but as I said when I did the video, you idiot, how do you pay a mortgage, but you don't know how much you paid? Does anybody in here pay any bill in their house that they don't know what it is? Porsha, you are mad, ho. You're mad because the internet is dragging you. And let me just tell you why you mad. Because you was with a man that was 63 years old and you thought that you ate. You thought that you won. But word on the street is, and word on the street, allegedly, You had him deported. So here's the deal. You probably thought that, possibly having him deported would benefit you, but it actually didn't, because you so fucking dumb that you didn't realize that, because you still think that it's 265 days a year, right? So you didn't realize that when you had allegedly that man deported, that he had no ties to the United States. So guess what? They saying Simon ain't paying you shit, ho. That's just what they saying. Now let's get into that, because Tasha K. Now we all know who Tasha K is. Tasha K spoke to him and he said he ain't paying you nothing. Let's get into it. Now this video is courtesy of Tasha K.
Welcome all the new news. Now, Simon and Porsha. I saw you hood rats, some of you hood rats. Oh yeah, I'm coming for him. I am coming for him. I am, because you know what? When you see women like Porsha, there's a few others that move like they, even though they're dressed up, they're beautiful, but the mentality gives very hood rat.
I gotta stop it. The mentality gives very hood rat. Porsha, your mentality gives hood rat because you dumb wink wink. You want to come after me? Girl, do you know I do not play? Hello. And guess what? I know that it's 365 days a year. I'm going to sue you back, bitch. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to sue you for everything. Porsha, you don't even have any money, sweetheart. You are struggling trying to pay your mortgage. Allegedly. But guess what? I think it's for real, because Simon isn't paying. See, I'm entitled to my opinion. And I think that you are struggling, okay? And then this bullshit letter says, I said you have bad credit. Well, honey, I'm going to be honest with you. I really don't know if you have bad credit. That's why in the video I said I heard, or I said word on the street. Because you know what? My inbox said that you cannot refinance the house because you have bad credit. Now, I don't know, ho, but I guess you would have to probably go somewhere. See, what you have to understand is people talk. And unfortunately, when they want to talk, like they send bloggers information. They send us information. And I don't know about your financial information, but I bet you in my inbox, the messages that was sent to me said you had bad credit, ho. I don't know if you have bad credit, but you know what, Porsha? I really think you do, because that would be like somebody saying, I got bad credit. I don't give up if somebody say I have bad credit, because I don't. But I also don't try to marry 60-year-olds either. So let's get back into Tasha K's video.
Very hood rat. And I say this to say, and it's not because I spoke to Simon, it's because you slide in a man's DM knowing he's married to your friend.
Wait a minute, Tasha. Wait a minute. You said, wait a minute. Let me fix my swoop. Wait a minute. I'm losing it. Wait a minute. You said that I said that you was messing with a married man? What did Tasha say? You didn't you slide into his DMs when he was married? I mean, hello, Porsha. Did you not?
You break up that marriage.
So Porsha, bitch, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Porsha, I'm telling you, ho, I want you to sue me. Porsha, I am begging you. I'm begging you. Because when I get done suing you, ho, I'm going to put a lien all through that effort. You won't, girl, it's going to be my house. So I want you to. I want you to, Porsha. I am begging you, bitch. I am begging you. Sue me. I want you to. Your attorney with his let's get back into let's finish Tasha K's video first because I'm getting ahead. I am begging you, sweetheart, do what you have to do because you won't bully me. I'm going to do exactly what I've been doing. And you know what, Porsha? I had another thing that I found out about you, and I was going to let it, I wasn't even going to talk about it. But since you tried this whole, everything is coming out because you don't, let me tell you something. You got the wrong one. You got the right one. You have the right one because I know that it's 365 days a year. See, you're just a wig with eyelashes, with nails, and a head with rocks, but it's no brain. You gonna sue me? Ho, go for it. I say go for it. I say do what you do. Pay your attorney, and then I'm gonna sue you, and you gonna have to pay for your attorney, and then you got to pay for mine. Let's get into it.
Then you marry him. Then you find out after you married him that he committed petty financial, scams in his early 20s. It was over 30, 40 years ago, okay? Was denied citizenship, sent back, but was able to come back. Got married, things like that. First of all, people act like being an immigrant is a bad thing. Let's just put this out here. Like, people act like trying to come to America, undocumented or documented, is a bad thing when America was built on immigrants. The rejects from Europe, from the UK, got thrown from the UK, said they discovered.
So pretty much in this video, Tasha K talked about how Porsha Williams slid in the DM of a married man. Make it make sense. Fallon said it, that you allegedly was messing with her husband, ho. So why would I just make up something that I don't know about? You're mad, you're bothered, and you're mad. I get it though, because when you've been selling your box for so long and now you're at the point where nobody else will buy it, I guess that could be a little challenging for a hoe, right? Huh.
The Mexican land. This was Mexico. Okay? Killed all the people that was up over here. The ones that was left over. They moved them to the...
So Porsha is a horrible person because think about it. You married a man and you acted as if you didn't know about any of the things that was going on with him. That would just be like me marrying a man that's into criminal activity. He's giving me all this money, but now I'm mad and I want to tell about all his criminal activity. Girl, you knew exactly what was going on with Simon when you were with him. Stop it. Nobody believes your lies, Porsha. Nobody believes it. And the internet is dragging you, sweetheart. But this is kind of what you signed up for. See, the thing about reality stars and even famous people, when you get on, these different shows, they do talk about you. If you can't take it, sweetheart, you have to get off the show, because the way that everybody pretty much see it is, you married this man, you thought that you ate and you're finna be hungry. You and your daughter. Yeah, you and your daughter. Unfortunately, Porsha, your mother trained you to be something that is really not going to be helpful to the Black community because you are a mess.
Worst part of the land that there was, the driest, the you can't farm on it, you can't do nothing. Isolated them, gave them freedom, but they really not free to really leave that land and do what they want to do. And then yet, we got Europeans, we got religious groups, Jews, we got everybody up over here, Italians, just coming here, and there was a time where you just had to pass a physical As long as you pass the physical, because America needed workers at the time, they
Right. So Simon was here. Whatever was going on with his citizenship, the man had been in this country for years. Then all of a sudden, he's snatched up by ICE. And then it was this false narrative that was put out that said that he was actually at a woman's house when that was a whole lie. Simon was actually taken into custody at the airport. Now, do y'all understand the coincidence of the airport thing? If you guys watch my video, I showed y'all the video because I was in court. I was the one that recorded it, the entire thing. In the video, Porsha testified that she told Simon, if y'all know what I'm going to say, put it in the chat. She testified that she told Simon not to go to the airport. And then what happened? He got arrested. So Porsha, we don't really know for real if you got him arrested, but we think that you did. We really think that you did. And guess what? We can think what we want to think. So I think that you probably did have him arrested.
let you through that port in the harbor of New York. And so my thing is, everyone knows that the dollar is long. Yes, the European dollar is long too, but they tax you more on that. But the United States is rising to match taxes. The same as, the UK. It ain't no different, 30, 40%, okay? The only difference is they get health care and all that stuff. We don't. Now, so trying to make it seem like, he's a Nigerian scammer. He did all this, he did all that. And it's like, that was over 30 years ago. He's making money now. Like,
right. You want to tell us that Simon is a Nigerian scammer. And this is what I keep telling y'all. You want us to think that Simon is a Nigerian scammer, but you want him to pay you $40,000 a month. Make it make sense. You can't have both. If he's a scammer, then he can't pay you, right? If he's a scammer, how can a scammer pay you? See, Porsha, you wants to play the victim in every single circumstance. And you mad hoe that everybody calling you out for the filthy hoe that you are, okay? And that's just facts.
He makes a lot of money. He makes so much money. Like the house that she's living in that she cannot afford.
Wait a minute.
Minimum.
Wait a minute, Tasha. Why Tasha say that Porsha can't afford that mortgage? Because Porsha attorney, her online attorney sent me a cease and desist that he can take and wipe his ass or hers with it.
$65,000 a month just on the mortgage and maintenance of the house. Does not include taxes or anything else, Here's
the deal. I was in court. I did not record anything regards to Porsha's income because they said don't do that. Okay. Porsha did not want y'all to know how much she got paid. So Tasha says that the mortgage is maybe about $65,000. Well, I'll tell you this, based on my personal opinion and being in the court and what I heard that she makes, I don't know how she would be able to pay $65,000 a month on her income. So I don't know, Porsha, how you would pay 65, even if it was 50,000. How would you be able to pay that on what you testified to what you made from Bravo? Because I was there, so I know what you make. But what is Tasha saying?
The mortgage going up and down. Porsha makes $80,000 an episode. That is in court docs. An episode, not a month, an episode, which means she has to sell coochie. She's on Paces Ferry. They don't give loans like that to just anybody. This is a $7 million house. It was $6.9 million house. The records are there. $6.9 million. He went in. And those are jumbo loans. So which means he has to put half of the money down in order to finance the rest of the house. So he doesn't get in and
and let's talk about that too. And I spoke about this in a previous video. So whenever you buy a property, I believe it has to be over 800,000. It is considered a jumbo loan. So where, you would just go to your bank and let's say your bank say you need to put 3% or 2%, whatever they tell you. When you are dealing with a jumbo loan, it is very different. Now, I know that their prenuptial agreement says that Porsha can refinance the house into her name, but Porsha may have to actually buy it because this being a jumbo loan, I don't know if she would be able to do a refinance. I think they would actually treat this as a purchase. Now, with that said, what Tasha K is saying is absolutely correct. When you are buying properties that is in the millions, baby, you got to come with that paper. You have to come with a massive down payment. So when I say she can't afford it, it's because I know people and people tell me stuff, and I'm not going to come on here and say what somebody said, right? Porsha, based on the information that I have, and it seems like a lot of people have the same information, you cannot afford this property. And that's it. Like, you can't afford it. I was there in court, sweetheart. So if I was there in court, am I making something up? When I was there and I heard what you make. So if I heard what you make from your Bravo check, and then I'm in court and they're telling me what the mortgage is, you can't afford it. Okay? You can't.
And get a 20% down payment, or it don't work like that when it comes to jumbo loans. Anything over 500,000, $1 million is considered a jumbo loan. You got to come with half for a bank to even give you any money. And to all of my real estate agents in the chat, or all of my brokers and stuff, say it for what it is. Like, you got to have bread for that. And it's got to be legal bread.
Yes, you have to have bread for that. So we all got common sense. Porsha, you are desperately needing to have a prenup enforced so that you can financially benefit, which is okay because he did sign for it. I mean, if he signed to do it, I guess you within your rights, take him to court. But this is where it becomes a problem because you need it. So the fact that you need it lets us know that you ain't got too much over here, because if you did, you wouldn't be so adamant about getting $40,000 a month. Now, $40,000 a month is a lot of money, but sweetheart, I was in court, so I know what your income is. So you actually do need that $40,000 a month. But Porsha, I was in court, honey. You also stated that you had not been working, but you said you had been taking little jobs here and there. You said things that you can do at home. This is what you said. You also said that the agreement that you had with Simon was that you would not work, but you could take little things. You also said that if it was a situation with you, which you guys are in now, with regards to the divorce, that you would need to work at least 3 years to reestablish yourself so that you can refinance the property. You said that. So if you could refinance the property, I guess it would be in the next 2 years, right? Because you got about a year. Do you have a year under your belt? So when you say that I said that you can't afford the house, I mean, that's based on what you said, and that's based on what I heard. And you did testify that Simon had not been paying the mortgage. So one thing was true. I was correct. Simon had not been paying the mortgage. And another thing, Porsha, this is another thing. I mean, we do have common sense here. When you were asked, how much was the mortgage? And you couldn't even answer. You do realize, I know you think that it's 265 days in a year, but you do realize that when you're in court, it's a full transcript. So everything you said is on a transcript, Dodo Bird. Everything you said is on a transcript. Again, I know your understanding is a little different because I know your daughter realized that you're a little slow too. But you know, the judge has a I can't remember what that person is called, but they record everything that you say. If you recall, do you remember when y'all was just chatting and she said, can we go off the record because it's confusing me? She said that because she's taken note of everything that was said. You, in so many words, testified that you couldn't afford it yourself. Okay, so let's talk facts. The fact of the matter is you need money. And I get it. I mean, you've been, with Simon, he's been paying everything. As you stated, you wasn't really working like that. So you need to work 3 years to be able to afford the mortgage. But the issue is Simon ain't going to pay. So if Simon isn't going to pay and you can't pay, well, we all know what that means, Porsha.
Banks are going to do an even more thorough search for a house like that. So the house was built by a builder. The builder lived in the house until he sold it. It took him 4 years to sell the house, even after it was built. It's a beautiful home, but he had to live in it in order to sell it. Otherwise, you got to keep up maintenance on a house like that. It'll go downhill and it'll make it harder to sell. So it took him 4 years to sell that house. And I'm gonna say allegedly in this, because when Simon was flying to Atlanta, everybody said he was over a girl house and everything like that. No, ICE met him with 7 agents, and got him out of, damn first class to take him down to, the Stewart ICE facility in Georgia.
And that is correct. Like I said, I was there. They said all of that in court. So, with, him being arrested in the airport, that's true. That's true.
So, and it was very coincidental because, like, he didn't call Porsha. He didn't let Porsha know or anything like that. They're not talking. And not even 10 hours into him getting locked up, she goes live to say, hey, he gets locked up because he.
Okay, so let's talk about that. So this is what I'm talking about. I mean, we're not stupid people. We don't really need, somebody to tell us everything. Porsha, Simon gets locked up. Like we say, allegedly, you allegedly got him locked up. But girl, your brain, it's not right. Right after Simon gets locked up, it has not been made public, and you're on your social media, I guess, celebrating because you're glad that he got locked up. So how did you know that Simon had got locked up? Like, Simon wasn't talking to you, Porsha. And all of a sudden, when he got locked up, you were on your social media. I know I wasn't the only one that saw that. Okay. So, Porsha, girl, you looking real stupid out here.
He stopped NBC Universal from airing anything that had to do with their marriage, because that's what they put in the prenup, a prenup that she drafted, and said that I don't want our marriage out there. I don't want you talking about our divorce. I don't want this. I don't want that. I don't want a narrative out there. And so now NBC Universal comes to Porsha. Porsha says, oh, I'm going to sell you a story after she leaked his old 40-year paperwork of him being an illegal immigrant. Like, that's bad. But yet she sleeps with illegal immigrants that are married every day. Like, let's stop the cap.
Stop the cap. I was in court. Let's talk about that part. Now, with regards to Porsha leaking the information, this is on the court document. I'm sorry, on the transcripts as well. They talked about that in court. Like I said, y'all, I didn't really talk about every single thing because we were just doing like a high level overview. On the transcripts in court, if I were to get those, because I can, Simon's attorney also said that Porsha leaked this information. And you know who didn't object? Porsha's attorney never objected to that. So is it true, Porsha, that you leaked Simon's information? Because you never, or your attorney never objected to it. So Porsha, if you don't like people talking about you, honey, get off the reality shows, because I talk about the reality shows and I talk about the reality stars. So if you just get your funky box off the show, we won't be talking about you. We don't talk about regular people. I know you are regular, but you are on the show. So if you don't like it, get off the show. Get off the show.
Most of them got married to get up over here. Let me get my wine. Now, he spends 4 months in a detention center, can't access any of his financial records, gets deported back to Nigeria, voluntarily deports, like, hey, I'm going back. I'm a citizen of Dubai. I'm a citizen of Nigeria. I don't need to be a citizen in the United States of America. My businesses aren't even in the US. It's just a place that I come to legally. But because I was fighting, because he was fighting for citizenship, and they were denying it based off of his criminal history and all that, and her calling them folks, her and her mammy, because you know Porsha mammy single too. She's single as well.
Porsha,
And, you know, like
they say you get it from your mammy. Now, I don't know. Let me say my mother, because somebody was in my chat like, "Ooh, don't say mammy. That's triggering for me." But anywho, Porsha, word on the street is you get it from your mother. You get it from your mother, girl. You got it from your mother.
mother like daughter.
Mother like daughter.
Where your daddy?
Where you
at?
Where your daddy?
Okay. But here's the thing. You know, so he's back home and everything like that. And so, you know, she's online celebrating. Oh, I'm getting $40,000 a month. So basically the judge enforced the prenup.
And with regards to that, I want y'all to know, I was told, because like I said, I know people. Now, I know somebody that knows somebody that she is friends with or whatever, but I received information that she was celebrating after the judge enforced the prenup. But the only problem is with him enforcing a prenup, and this is why, if you're going to be, you know, a hoe, or if you're going to use men for money, play the long game. You can't play the short game. You can't be with somebody for 15 months and think you're going to leave with it all. You actually got to play the game. You was with this man for 15 months, and then you think he's really going to pay you? He's been deported. There is no jurisdiction between the United States and Nigeria to make him pay you. See, you dumb, and you played the short game when you were supposed to play the long game. So if you're going to be with somebody that you don't like, you actually got to be with them. So you were with him for 15 months. He don't even want to pay you. So tell me, how are you going to collect the $40,000 a month?
That he agreed to, saying for the length of the marriage, for y'all that are saying like Simon ain't got no money and all this stuff, he agreed for as long.
Okay, so let's talk about that. And this is why I was telling y'all in my previous video. I said, you know what? Honestly, he agreed to pay it. So this is where I say Simon got the money because he didn't have to agree to pay it. But what y'all got to understand is Simon feel like he got played. And if y'all know anything about men, if a man feel like they got played, they not going to pay. So he kind of feel like he's been taken advantage of because he already agreed to pay it. He agreed to pay her the $40,000 for however many months they were married. Y'all have to understand is even when he was dating her, he was giving her money. So he didn't necessarily have to do that. I mean, who else was giving Porsha anything but D? Nope, nothing. I mean, she gets D, that's it. So he agreed to pay her, which should tell y'all something. He actually has the money. He didn't have to agree to pay it. But will he pay? Because according to Tasha K, he's not going to pay it, which is kind of hilarious because I kind of thought that he wouldn't pay. Because if you were deported out of the United States, basically the United States said, get up out of here, don't come back. Would you pay it? I wouldn't pay nothing.
As they were married, if they divorced, he would match that time. Basically, he would give her $40,000 a month So if she was married for 2 years, she gets 40 grand for 2 years. If she would have stayed married for 8 years, she would have got $40,000 for 8 years. This is all in the prenup. This is not even Simon. This is just prenup. This is what he agreed to. Okay? But she misses the, the blogs talking about Porsha. It's all faded. She's all used to the inflated hype and things like that, being that girl. And decides to, leak her marriage because other Nigerian men that have money and wives were basically telling her that he wasn't as rich as he was. And so she decided to lay down with them.
Now let's talk about that. So everything that is being talked about on Porsha is stuff that can be recanted, or somebody said it. Honey, your husband, well, now your ex-husband, listed men, like you can go Google this, and said that you were messing with multiple men. He says, why were you talking to Future? Or it's a list of men that he alleged that you were messing with. Like, who makes up this stuff? This is who you were married to. So why is your husband asking you about other men, and you mad at other people for talking about it? Get your life.
Thinking that they were going to leave their wives, and we're going to say all alleged, just in case they get thick around here. But she knows. I don't drop receipts on the dudes and stuff like that, and decides to break up her marriages. So now for 14 months, the judge has ordered Simon, someone whom everybody feels that Porsha had deported just so that they could air scenes of her talking about.
Wait a minute. But I thought I was the one that was making up all this. Really? Really, Tasha? Oh, okay.
Simon, and riding in the Rolls Royce and filming in the house, because all of that she wasn't allowed to do. The judge enforced a prenup that she helped draft and said that Simon has to pay $40,000 a month. The mortgage alone is $65,000. She gets paid $80,000 per episode. How many episodes is in a season? That's not even like. They still got to take the taxes out of that. They got to take the manager fees, the agent fees. So realistically, what is she left with? 40 grand? She can't cover the house. So she's putting the house up for sale, trying to get somebody to buy it in an economy.
Wait a minute. Porsha putting the house up for sale? I thought she could afford it. Well, that's interesting because I don't talk to Tasha K, but it's kind of strange that we're kind of thinking the same thing. But the fact that I was in court and I recorded the whole thing, yeah. Okay, Tasha.
Me like this. But here's the thing. I talked to Simon. I said, Simon, are you paying the $40,000? He said, Natasha, I'm not a citizen of the U.S. I don't have no businesses in the U.S. The house is the only asset I have in the U.S. I told her to sell it. She's selling it. Can't nobody enforce me to pay that $40,000. And so she ain't getting it.
She ain't getting it. So this is why you are mad, sweetheart. You laid up with a man that you allegedly was using trying to get money, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Well, sell the property, because based on, what Tasha K is saying, I guess she talked to him, but I guess we all kind of had common sense. We probably knew this. He said he ain't paying it. He's not paying you. He's not paying you $40,000. He's not paying your attorney's fees. He ain't paying it. So tell me this. How does it feel to lay up with somebody that you really don't love because you probably thought, I don't know, maybe you thought you were going to get something out of it, to be left holding a bag of a mortgage that you allegedly can't afford because you allegedly got bad credit? Because that's what they're telling me. And the thing about it, Porsha, usually people don't get upset when people lie, so it just leads me to believe that what they said about you is probably true. Because do you have bad credit? I believe, and I gotta go check, but I believe there is a video out there of your ex-husband saying that he had to fix your bad credit. So, I mean, the receipts are out there. There's a lot of receipts out there, like you lying, saying that I said that you were messing with Simon when he was married to Fallon. But do you remember in court when you said this, Porsha? You said, let me bring it up. You said that when you met Simon, immediately he moved into your home. So I was just kind of concerned because, you know, I'm a mother. My daughter is grown now. But I remember when my daughter was young and I wouldn't even let nobody take her to the bathroom. So it kind of irked me when I heard you say that you had met Simon and you moved him into your home. So quite naturally, I said, well, maybe, you know, maybe she had known him always, because I was concerned that, you know, I know you think it's 265 days a year, but why would you move a man that you just met? You just met him, right? That's what you said, into your home, because this is what you said.
2021. When did you guys get engaged?
We got engaged about a month into dating.
And when did you?
She said they got engaged about, what did she say, a month and 2 days. So you are telling us that you met this man, you didn't know him, and y'all got engaged right away. But then you said this part, which really had me thinking. I said, either this girl is slow or she's lying.
Start discussing the possibility of a prenuptial agreement?
Well, we started discussing a prenup a little between he and I, just even before getting engaged, like, you know, talking about if we were to get married, we would want to have a prenup. We both agreed. And then once we got engaged, we started talking about, you know, let's start the, you know, getting the prenup going.
Do you remember who initially raised the idea of a prenup?
I believe it was both of us. It was mutual. It was definitely mutual.
Was this your first marriage?
No, I've been married before.
How many times before?
Once before.
Do you know if this was Mr. Guobadia's first marriage?
No, it was not.
Do you know how many times he was married prior to?
Up until January of 2024, I had been made to believe he had only had 4 wives. Then after January, when the docs were released from him being denied naturalization, is when I found out that he had actually been married 5 times.
And do you remember when you first retained counsel to draft a prenup?
Yes, it was early on. It was, you know, not too long after we got engaged.
And did your counsel draft the first draft?
No, his attorney did.
And do you know about how long you guys negotiated the prenuptial agreement? Or did you sign the first draft?
I did not sign the first draft. We negotiated back and forth to the point where I believe around the 6th or 7th month, he and I just decided to ask the attorneys to let us discuss it and let us come with the terms ourselves. So that's what he and I did. And then we then met back up with our attorneys and had them put it in legal form after we had agreed on every little point. So I would say in total, it was almost a year. So like about 10 months, a little over 10 months.
So listen, this is why the judge actually said that he was going to enforce the prenup, but he really didn't, because the judge allowed Porsha to actually film in the house, which is very interesting because in the prenup, it says that she actually has to get permission. So are y'all listening to this? They negotiated the prenup for almost as long as they were married. Then 15 months later, she files for divorce. Are we dumb here?
So once you guys discussed kind of the broad terms that you wanted your attorneys to incorporate, did you feel that you guys were on the same page as it related to what to include in the prenuptial agreement?
Yes, because I don't think either one of us wanted the prenup process to break us up. We were in love. We knew what we wanted.
They were in love. They knew what they wanted. You were married for 15 months. Simon's attorney, and this is on the transcripts as well, Porsha, that you skipped mediation. Now, let me just explain to y'all what mediation is. Mediation is when you may be having an issue and you can go to a neutral third party to try to work out some of the issues. She said they were really in love, but yet she didn't even go to mediation. Porsha, girl, are you lying again?
I just had a non-negotiable, which was where I lived. And I just wanted to make sure that if
She had a non-negotiable, which was where she lived. Because if y'all recall, Cordell put the hoe out. Like he locked the door. Porsha couldn't come in. So she felt as if she were entitled to something. But let's kind of make this clear. Cordell, I watched an interview. Cordell said he paid for his house cash. Now, he paid for his house cash. So I can kind of understand why he was like, go buy your own house.
anything happened where I was raising our kids, I would have.
And it's interesting that she says she didn't want anything to happen pretty much in a home where she was raising their kids, but yet Simon had to leave him and his kids
in it or have the possibility to keep it if in case there was something to happen. So we were definitely on the same terms with the prenup.
So you said kind of where you live was a non-negotiable. Could you kind of explain what you mean by that?
So I explained to him that my first marriage, I did not have a prenup. So therefore I would have had to go to court in order to get anything from the marriage. And I ended up not going to court, which made me have no interest in the home that we had together where I raised my ex-husband's child. And so I didn't ever want to be in that position again.
And even with that statement in court, if y'all remember, y'all go back and watch my video that I did, the one that they're trying to tell me to remove, which I'm not removing shit. But in that video, I actually said, I am really, I said that I really kind of understood where Porsha was coming from. I said, because based on her testimony, I said, I kind of understood what she felt, because this is where she testified that she pretty much was threw out of the property when she was married to Cordell. So what she said in this particular situation, she said she wanted the security of pretty much having a house. She said when they negotiated the prenup, one of her non-negotiables is pretty much that she couldn't get through out of the house. But the only part that may not work for her is she has to refinance the property in her name. And I'm sensing that there is some difficulty, and that is the reason why she is so damn mad. Because, girl, if you can refinance this property, why won't you do it and move on with your life? Because based on what Tasha K has stated, that Simon is not paying the mortgage. Not only is he not paying, and he ain't giving you $40,000 a month, and I think he probably told you that.
And so when we decided to get the home that I live in now, the marital home, I told him that that's one thing that is very important to me. That's why the prenup doesn't have like huge lump sums in it, or me asking him for his assets or him getting my assets. It's just really the home, and then the vehicles and alimony, which we both felt was very.
The home and the vehicles. Girl, you were married for 15 months. You're married. So this is why people are getting these narratives about Porsha. It really seemed like you just really wanted the man for a few dollars, because, okay, I get it. Y'all negotiated the house, but girl, can't you buy your own car? We learned in court that the car that she wants is actually a lease vehicle. So if y'all lease the vehicle, y'all pretty much know how that works. You just pay the lease payments every month. You really don't have to buy it. So she really think that Simon is going to go out and purchase the car that she told us he bought for when it was a lease the whole time.
Very fair. But it was just important to me that where I, raised the family up until this point with him, that would definitely be split because we were partners in this. And he also felt it was very important as well at the time.
And I know you said that, where you live and raise your child, your else children was important to you. Is that why you guys included the provision that, if someone filed, he would be the party to relocate from the marital residence?
Well, at the time, I had left Housewives in the beginning of our relationship, but that was a decision that was made prior.
Well, I don't know exactly where it is, but in one of it, I think it's later on in this clip, what Porsha said, what I was really wanting to show y'all, but I'll just tell y'all, if you have not watched my videos, I show the entire court hearing. So in this particular video, I don't know if it's this one or one of the other ones, Porsha said that Simon moved into her house really immediately. So she said they got engaged after a month. So how you move a man in with your daughter into your house? So it kind of, in all honesty, we want to really think that you're really not as stupid as you appear, because you moved a man into your house with your daughter and you didn't even know him. Yeah, that seems a little weird, Porsha. So, I was hoping, and in all honesty, Porsha, based on what Fallon said, you were screwing her husband. Now, if it's a lie, talk to Fallon, because Fallon seems to think that you were messing with her husband, sweetheart. So, hey, don't try to make it seem like I'm lying on you when there are so many damn videos out there that says that you was messing with that lady husband. In fact, Porsha, they said that you did not want to go back to Real Housewives of Atlanta because you was messing with that lady husband. Now, that is what everybody is saying about you. Now, if it wasn't true, take it up with them, okay?
She done allegedly had him deported and then expects him to pay $40,000 that they can't enforce. The house is going to depreciate in a sale. She's not going to get top what they paid for that house. Not right now, not in this economy. So she's going to lose money on the house. He said, I'm not paying it. So while she's thinking she's won, it's like, what has she really won?
And guys, this is the reason why she's mad. You thought what's that new word y'all saying? You thought you ate. You did not. You lost. You lost. You are on marriage number 2 and you lost again. You trying to hook up with these men allegedly to get money because word on the street, which is allegedly, your mama taught you how to be a hoe. That's what everybody says. So, you can literally go and search this stuff up. So you do hoe what you need to do, and I will do the same. Don't you ever in your life have nobody send me some bullshit, whatever it was you sent with these lies on it, when I can talk about anything I want to talk about. And remember, I was there, and in the transcript, a lot of this you really said. So get a life, Porsha. Hopefully you will be able to pay your mortgage. Hopefully you'll be able to get the tags renewed, because again, I was in court and girl, you don't even have the tags renewed. So you literally riding around in a Rolls Royce with expired tags and you mad at me? You can't even renew the tags. Get eyes on me, okay? And you have a great day, Porsha, and I will talk to y'all later.